What's up? So this one gonna be about Russell Westbrook and them racist sports fans. And I said generalized. Yeah, them rednecks up in Utah is something else. Don't let Karl Malone and the good taste fool you because they weren't exactly enlightened. It's just that you playing for their team. But this goes back to Jackie Robinson when these racist white folks would be at these games holding black cats over the stadium and said, "This is your mama, this is your daddy." And they say racist remarks all the time. That's how Charles Barkley got into it with the fans. It's been a lot of it. And people think just because they pay the tickets and all that, that they don't act all. See, there's a difference between being drunk and acting a fool and what have you. And there's another when you make racial remarks and you cross the line. And Russell Westbrook, I'm going to tell you something. He's ferocious on a basketball court. He be going at you like he Mike Tyson and Allen Iverson rolling the one. But he's not the kind of brother that looks to say things that are necessarily, he's down with Kaepernick and he's made his own stance. He hasn't been like outspoken per se. So he came out last night and said they were racist, racial epithets. And to hear Russell Westbrook say that, he don't come out and just say that. He's not the one to come out there, to necessarily come out push like that. So, of course, I believe him 110% because these white fans are predominantly 89%. And, the NBA stands for Negroes Be Aware. That's what the NBA stands for. Because if you're thinking that them fans aren't going to call you out, they remember Mahmoud Abdul Rauf back in the 90s when he didn't take a stand for the anthem and he got ran out. And Donald Sterling and David Stern and Jack Dolan, all these racists, and I call them what they are. Yeah, I dare them to prove me otherwise because the NBA is not that progressive. Mark Cuban, who always be doing lowball racism remarks, because they get foreign players, and so they'll say, well, there's a slight against AAU. Well, AAU is predominantly what? African American. So there's always there's not even a little. The subtlety ain't even subtle. It's just, they know what's up. Because in the 70s, when the New York Knicks were predominantly African American, they were called the New York, and you fill in that blank N word. That's what it was called. So there's always been that, and there's always been we got to get the great white hype and the great white hope. That's always been part of it too. So people who tell you otherwise, they lying. It's always been part of it. But anyway, they were racist, and I believe it. Football fans be saying foul stuff. Baseball fans foul stuff. All of them. Tennis, golf. I think Tiger Woods ain't heard it. So Russell Westbrook tapped on the subject that is very much important and it's very much in line because there's racism in them stands and it reaches deeply. And it's very important that you speak out about it because they're paying. They ain't got no right to call you, talking about get on your knees and treat you like you call you Toby. Because that's what they think of you. They think you're overpriced, overpaid, and they don't have no respect. And they think that that's what you can do. LeBron James has spoken out on it because he had the racial epithets sprayed on his house in Brentwood down in California, okay? So let's not act like they have not gone there. It's the biggest names to remind you that you still a Negro in America. And they're going to let you remember that. And Russell Westbrook, he had to bring it to the foyer because this white dude was out of bounds big time. But that's what they do. They got no respect. And that's how they roll. And they don't care. So anybody tell you that it ain't there, they lying. It's racism everywhere. It's all over. And the NBA ain't no different. It's just they do a little fancy stunt to act like it don't happen, but it's real. So anyway, that's my take about Russell Westbrook and dealing with them racist fans at these sport games. Feel free to leave them comments, hit that subscribe, and if that bell ring, tap on because that's my new video. And I'm out. Peace.